You're listening to the Keeping Your Money Show with Jamie Westenbarger and Bart Steidler.
All right, welcome back to Keep Your Money Show. Jamie Westenbarger, joined as always by Bart Steidler. We've been talking about Fidelity's inquiry in Massachusetts over the fees charged on their 401ks. Employers allowing workers to stupidly use the 401k match to pay off their student loan debt. We gave you some personal finance tips to consider for 2019. You know, one thing about that when we were talking about taking trips and stuff like that, I have noticed so many times when I'm on vacation with my kids or something, this phenomenon of, I call it the multi-card transaction, okay? And it's when the person in front of me checks into the hotel and they request that the person behind the desk put a certain amount on this card and then the rest on this card, right? If that's you, you shouldn't be taking a vacation, right? If you're settling up your bill on the cruise line at the end of the cruise and you're taking a couple cards out of your wallet, you're doing it wrong, man.
Yeah.
You're just doing it wrong. I know you want to take your kids on vacation and you should, but there's just better ways of doing it. And that's not the way.
Right.
And too many Americans fail to realize that, which is why we have trillions and trillions and trillions of debt as a society, because we just can't fathom waiting till next year.
And you know, a lot of times we think that we got to spend a lot of money to be able to take our kids on a vacation someplace. And you know, if you take them to Disney World, or you take them on a cruise, or you take them someplace luxurious, that is true. It will cost a lot of money. But quite honestly, your children may have just as much fun if you go and spend time with them in someplace that isn't necessarily so expensive, because really it's getting away from the normal environment that you're in. It's spending time together. It's playing games. It's having laughs. It's maybe cooking dinner together. It doesn't necessarily have to be that, you know, your vacation has to match some friends of yours on Facebook who's showing photos of, you know,
Right.
Very expensive places that they've been.
Or if you do want it to be that, involve your kids with understanding what the cost of it is. First time I ever took my family on a cruise, I was explaining to my children, who were pretty young then, that, you know, in order for us to do this, we were going to be saving money throughout the year. So we wouldn't be ordering Chinese as often. We wouldn't be ordering pizza, you know, those weekend trips to Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. We were going to be limiting those. But what I did is every time the kids said, oh, we should order Chinese, I would say, no, you guys, remember, we're saving for a cruise. But tonight, since we're not doing Chinese, let's go ahead and put money in that cruise budget. So we had one of those giant, like, bottles, you know, that you can put money in. It's like a giant glass, like, cylinder. And so I would literally take like $30 out of my pocket that we would have spent on Chinese, and I would add it to the cruise fund, you know. Now, the money did not accumulate in there enough to pay for the cruise. That wasn't the intention. I was going to buy it regardless. But I was trying to instill the idea in them that it's okay to not pay for all these things you want today, because ultimately we want to be able to do this, right?
Right.
And I mean, I think that's it. Even if you can afford it, even if you're not using your credit card for it, it's so important to teach the next generation the idea of delayed gratification, because we just don't have it in this country. If we want something, we buy it, and
Right.
Amazon delivers it in 2 days. You know, I mean, it's just the reality. So, but speaking of shopping online, I guess I should say, if you ever want to contact the show, you can do so. Our toll-free number is 888-98-MONEY. That's 888-986-6639. You can also email us, info@keepingyourmoney.com. And, of course, find out any information on us as well as the show. Also hear previous shows or previous topics you may have missed. You can find all that at keepingyourmoney.com.
And you can call us with an idea, something that you would like us to talk about on the show. You can call us about if you have a question regarding, you know, your planning, or if you would like to set up an interview or an appointment to come in and talk to us. Those are all things you can use that 800 number for. And we answer all those calls personally.
Absolutely. So we've heard a lot about hacking. We've heard a lot about information being stolen. Shoot, I had a credit card stolen that literally never left my possession, and I called the issuer on it and said, I don't know what these transactions are, and she says, okay, and they were in a foreign country, And I said, I don't understand. Like, I've never lost possession of my card. How's this even possible? And she said, oh, the new thing now is they have a computer generating random numbers, and they simply just try and hit the right combination. And if they do, they'll try and start making charges on it. So they literally randomly generated my exact credit card number, which is insane, right? I mean, it's just so crazy. But the reality is this credit card fraud is real. Debit card, I can't stress this enough. Do not use your debit card to shop online. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. It's a terrible idea, because all it takes is you accidentally entering it into the wrong website. You typed eBay's instead of eBay. You typed Amazon instead of Amazon, and all of a sudden you're giving your information out there. Well, with a credit card, even if you had $30,000 in fraudulent charges, you dispute it, it's investigated, and it's taken care of, right? If it's your bank account, the money's gone. Like, you'll get it back. You can dispute it and get it back. But if it takes 60 days, are you okay with all that money missing from your checking account? Most people
Probably
aren't.
not.
Most people aren't. Especially when we talk about most people that have an emergency fund.
Yeah.
So, but cool new feature a lot of companies are starting to offer. If you do a lot of shopping online, it's definitely something to look into. It's the idea of a virtual credit card number. And basically what it does is it gives you a number that's not actually your credit card number for that transaction alone. It's created literally when you check out. So a second before you check out, it didn't exist. And the minute you check out, it doesn't exist anymore. So it is by far the safest way to shop online, because it is impossible for someone to utilize that number against you.
So how do you get this number?
So if your company participates, they point out that Bank of America, Citibank, and Capital One are currently offering them. I believe Chase is in the process of offering one as well. There's also a checkout that's called like Secured by Visa, which does something kind of similar to this. But yeah, I mean, look into it. Look on the website of the company that services your credit card on how you go about getting this. But it definitely can be a real helpful situation to prevent some of the fraud that's becoming so rampant out there with our information.
Yeah, a lot of times you get mail and emails from your credit card company, and people just kind of dismiss them and throw them away. And a lot of them really should be dismissed and thrown away, because they're offering you things that you probably don't need and other spending opportunities that maybe you should not do. But it's important to look at those notices, because a lot of times they change the terms of your credit card, or they offer new features that help in your security. So, take a look at that stuff that you get in the mail and determine if it's something that you should look at or discard.
Right. The cool thing is, too, now they're allowing a set of digits for the same merchant. So, for instance, if you have a Netflix subscription, you can get a virtual card number. It'll allow Netflix to keep using that number, but no one else. Right. So you still don't have to give Netflix your real number. That number will work for them, which is kind of cool, too. So.
Right, because a lot of these big companies get hacked, and then all of a sudden your charge information is in the wrong hands.
Exactly. All right, coming up, we're going to wrap up the show, send you into the weekend right here on the Keeping Your Money Show.
The stock market has seen a great deal of volatility lately. If you are concerned and would like to review your portfolio with a professional, call the Keeping Your Money Show at 1-888-986-6639. Our team of experienced advisors can help you decide whether your portfolio is appropriate for your personal situation, which includes your goals, your age, your assets and income, your liabilities, and your tolerance for risk. Call us at 1-888-98-MONEY or visit us at keepingyourmoney.com today.
It all comes back to money.
This is the Keeping Your Money Show with Jamie Westenbarger and Bart Steindler.
Welcome back to Keeping Your Money Show. Jamie Westenbarger, joined as always by Bart Steindler. If you're just tuning in, maybe you're getting ready to listen to what's coming up next. Come back an hour earlier. You missed the Keeping Your Money Show, where we cut through all the bulls, booyahs, bells, whistles, honks, and horns to get you to the information that actually helps you move towards retirement. We talked about Fidelity and some fees that were being charged in their 401k plans in the state of Massachusetts. inquiring over that. Totally stupid new idea. I'm going to just keep saying that so everyone is very clear on how I feel about it. That will allow employers to divert 401k matches to pay off student loan for their employees if they wish. Personal finance tips for 2019 and how to mask your credit card number so you can shop safely. All that and more was covered today. If you missed any part of the show, you can find it on our website. Go to keepingyourmoney.com. Or, of course, you can find it on all of our podcast partners, iTunes, Google Play Music, and all the rest. Just search for The Keeping Your Money Show. If you want to contact the show, maybe you disagree with me. You think 401k should be used to pay off student loan debt. Feel free to give me a call. 888-98-MONEY is the number, 888-986-6639. Somebody answers that phone 24 hours a day, and we'll pass your message along, and we will definitely call you back. Or you can email me, info, I-N-F-O, at keepingyourmoney.com, and I do respond to all of those emails personally.
And those responses aren't just about the articles on the show, but if you want to have an opinion on your retirement plan, how it's going, like a second opinion, first opinion, use those numbers, give us a call, and we will get back to you.
Or maybe you think it should be a multi-million-dollar morning.
That's right.
So
you better save more.
If you're not following us on Facebook, you're missing out on everything we're going to talk about, as well as any upcoming events we have. Just go to Facebook and search for Keeping Your Money. Click like and follow, and you'll be updated on all of that information. Well, spring break is just right around the corner. It actually started to feel like it a little bit this week.
Yeah.
A little warmth, a little sunshine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. You would never go on spring break. You would never go on any trip without sitting down and figuring out how you're going to pay for it, how you're going to get there, where you're going to stay, all those important details. No one shows up at a hotel in Fort Lauderdale the middle of spring break and thinks they're going to grab a room or tries to hop on a cruise ship without buying a ticket ahead of time. And surely if you go to the airport sometime in the next few weeks hoping to hop on an airplane, you are going to be sadly upset when they say, "I'm sorry, sir, you're an idiot. There's no way we have tickets available right now." You also would not do that when it comes to retirement. If you do, you're going to be sadly mistaken there as well. You can't just show up the day you retire and think everything's going to work out. If you do not have a distribution plan, how are you going to turn those assets you've grown so successfully into income that will last 20, 30, maybe even 40 years? Without a plan for distribution, you're probably not going to do it correctly, and you may end up in some really bad shape. So give us a call. 888-98-MONEY is our number, 888-986-6639. We'd love to sit down and give you an opinion. Maybe it's a first or second opinion. Maybe it's a third or fourth opinion. Regardless, let us help you come up with a strategy for turning your assets into income. It's what we do. We do it pretty good. Been doing it for a long time. Be happy to help you. For everybody here at the Keeping Your Money Show, Dan Van Single, Shane Thorson, Nate Boonstra, Matt Cerna, Adam Cipher, Jonathan Hayes, Troy Fox on the Lakeshore, all of our partners, our wonderful producer, Laura Ridenauer, and my co-host, Mr. Bart Steinler. I'm Jamie Westenbarger. Thanks for listening to Keep Your Money Show. Have a fantastic weekend, and go blue.
Registered representatives offer securities through Securities America, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Financial advisors offer advisory services through Securities America Advisors, Inc. Forest Hills Financial, Inc. and Securities America are separate entities.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. We leave no warrior behind. Wounded Warrior Project is a non-profit organization created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war. Whether those scars are physical or mental, we're here to make sure that they heal. And whether it's helping those with post-traumatic stress disorder live a normal life again, or giving much-needed support to injured warriors in veterans' hospitals. Because no one deserves our help more than the men and women who risk their lives to keep us safe. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.